everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome inside the South Point Studios, live here at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. We are T-minus 5 days away from the total eclipse, ladies and gentlemen. Turn around every now and then I get a little bit lonely. Anyway, everyone's freaking out about it. First one in 99 years, Alex and Ryan. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian. Lifelong sportsman. And this is American Idol. Now, it's punchlines, and today's show will not have a major glitch like the brand new video game The Show 24 does. Watch this, Alex. So you think it's going to be... Watch this pitch. Here we go. Watch the hit.
Left-handed pitcher comes from the right side of the arm.
The ball is in the on-deck circle. And then the graphic says, inside the park home run. So there's a little glitch there. Gary Sanchez, who had some good years with the Yankees and Padres. I think he's on the Brewers, who we're playing right now. So what happened there? You're the nerd. What happened?
I'm the nerd. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was a glitch.
Just a glitch.
A left-handed pitcher, the ball comes from the right side.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and then the ball starts to go as if it would be a homer.
And then it goes behind the plate.
Sanchez even makes the animation like it's a no-doubter.
Yeah.
And it goes foul and kind of sits there, and then they go inside the park home run.
So I'm embarrassed to tell you this. I watched that video, and then it took me to the page. And then it took me to the guy who does Taylor Swift in the game. And I watched several videos of that. This guy's got like 1 million followers.
The algorithm has you figured out.
They got me. They know I like baseball and Taylor Swift. And by God, if you put Taylor Swift in the show and you design her with these great home run dances, it's going to be awesome. Hold on. Wait, what's page 2? Here it is. It's a nice day for a White Wednesday. Alex White is here, ladies and gentlemen. I sang Bonnie Tyler and Billy Idol, so we're going to call it White Wednesday. Anyway, sports betting honest, Alex White. Alex, you've been in the lab, as rappers say. What do you got cooking for us later today?
Of course.
Okay.
And we'll talk a little bit about baseball.
Yeah.
Because I have some leans, but I want to talk with you and Ryan because I found a new site.
You did, and you just sent me the link, and it's awesome.
It is pretty good.
We're going to talk about that on the air. So we're teasing Alex's segment. A little later, she'll be on the show. A little later. I don't know. It's just one of those goofy days,
Yeah, you're
man.
feeling it today.
Shouldn't have drank so much before the show. Woo! No, I didn't. Also, we got to talk about the late break. It's not that late breaking, but Stephon Diggs got traded from the Bills to an AFC rival, the Texans. That's what we woke up to. That was the news. I mean, obviously, there's probably a lot more important issues, but that's what we deal with here. Weird trade, right? To trade him within the AFC. But what did they get back? How was Minnesota involved? Because I saw Minnesota where Stephon Diggs originally played.
Yeah.
So that's just an irony that it was them, right?
Houston had Minnesota's second-round pick for next year. And that's the pick that they gave up to Buffalo in order to get Diggs.
Right.
But Houston also gets Diggs, a 5th rounder next year, and I think a 6th rounder next year.
A 5th and a 6th, yeah.
So they're getting one of the best wide receivers in the league, plus 2 picks for 1 pick, not even in this draft, the next one.
Is he still one of the best wide receivers in the league?
Yeah,
though?
I don't know.
I would say maybe out of the top 10.
Is he still tier 1?
Unless it was just a bad year, and we could tell from the body language.
Yeah.
We saw some stuff with
But I mean,
his family speaking up about, you know.
Yeah, but being a top 15 receiver is still a top receiver. In
Listen, you got to work hard. I was there for a while.
Every team.
Right.
And then, I was up to number 12 for a while there.
But I mean, that offense,
back in the Nerf days,
that offense now has Joe Mixon, Dalton Schultz, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and Stephon Diggs.
I don't get it.
With C.J. Stroud at quarterback.
Yes.
Like, that's
now,
going to be a lot of fun.
There's the sophomore slump to talk about, but boy, C.J. Stroud really looked like he was like a 5-year vet.
Yes, but you also have to think about the division they're in with the Titans, Colts, and Jaguars.
Colts with Anthony Richardson, who we don't know. He looked good for 3 games.
He did look good.
He looked good.
Yes,
if he throws his body around the way that he was doing last year, it's not going to last long.
But the Bills, they got rid of Gabe Davis. They got rid of... Is their window closed? Are the Bills... I mean, honestly.
I mean, I was saying that when the season
I know you were. That's right.
Their wide receiver 1 is now Curtis Samuel.
Yeah. I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see the win totals on Buffalo.
And their first pick this year is 28. And so
that's your 28th pick. They were
now they're projected to get... They need to draft a wide receiver in the first round, and they're going to get maybe the 6th best one.
Look what the NFL's done to us, Alex. Here it is. Baseball's just in its first week, and we're talking about the NFL.
Before the draft.
We got all the basketball. Yeah, the draft's come up. Our grease calendar, our calendar grease board just fell.
I will say.
What does that mean?
You talking about this grease board?
No, that I don't know what that one is. We'll get to that one after the tourney, after I win that money.
Not only will the win totals be interesting, but remember, Buffalo opened as the favorite the last 2 years to win it all.
Unbelievable.
Because of the power rating and because of their team. So it will be interesting to see where that falls.
I mean, are they the third best? Are the Jets better than them now with Aaron Rodgers?
The Bills?
Yeah. I mean, you take Aaron Rodgers, they just got, what's this guy on the defensive line? I can't remember his name from Philly. I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about. Lee Reddick. No, not Reddick.
No.
It doesn't matter. Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick. Yeah.
Reddick.
Anyway, they could be the third best team in that division now because I still think Miami is loaded.
Yeah. Hassan Reddick.
Josh Allen's got to look around the room and be like, who do I throw to?
Right.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Miami
let's get on to more exciting things. I'm going to tell you who's on the show today. Besides the lovely Alex White and the lovely Ryan McCormick, we also have Caden's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Caden has returned. And Drew Dog over in the corner.
Drew Dog.
Where's Jerry today? What's Jerry up to?
Jerry is currently live on YouTube.
Is he on YouTube right now, shredding still?
His guitar, yeah.
Should we cut into Jerry or no? Can we do that? Is that a YouTube? Will we cross streams and YouTube will explode? I know Ghostbusters is coming out. You can't cross the streams.
Phrasing.
All right, so Jerry's got the day off today. He's at home. He's shredding.
He's probably going to pop in the comments any moment.
Yeah, he probably is. He's probably shredding and commenting.
Hump
day, said Reno Paul.
God. He's got like 6 different guitars.
He's got like 40 guitars.
Yeah.
Joining us today on the show via the video, we have 2 guests, not 1 but 2. Duane Colucci. I didn't hear it from Alex. Hold on. Duane Colucci. There we go. I need everyone involved with that. He will be here later in the show. We haven't seen him in a while because he's been bouncing around and there's been craziness with the tourney. And then coming up in about 10 minutes will be Spencer McLaughlin. Flynn. Maybe he should be Flynn. The 2 of them neck and neck for most appearances. I would say Colucci has the edge.
Over Spencer?
Yeah. Spencer's up there, man. He's top 5. And always behind the glass, as I said, it's our numbers, man. It's Ryan McCormick. Not sure.
Cheers.
McCormick! Hopefully, let's see what's going on in the chat room. I want to see if hey, Daniel Pacheco, you bite your tongue. Fungus Frank, I don't know what that means. Fungo, who is this Fungo? Who is Frankie Fungo that everyone's talking about?
Yeah, he's got a Twitter now.
His followers have multiplied by 7 times since he's in one day.
From one of Frank Nicotero.
I don't look at the details,
7.
Ryan.
Yeah.
I just know Frankie Fungo, spelled with an I. Frankie Fungo, he was 4-0. He had Bryce Harper. He gave out the Padres last night. That's a solid pick that didn't work. But apparently he's going to give another one out.
And it did.
We're going to have him on the show later. He's going to be on the show. Joey B, we need a 10-second countdown from Jimmy Vaccaro. What does that mean? Keith Lyle, the last minutes of the show start should be Frank singing karaoke. Oh, he's saying, so the pre-show. See, these are the punchies that are in early. They know what's going on. Bob, did anyone see the new episode of Wait, What Happened? Very funny. He walks like a male model. Okay. I have not watched the last 3 episodes because you know what, Alex? I lived it, you know?
Right.
What am I going to watch myself on TV? Yes, I will. Oh, wait, this just in.
Let's see. Ready?
Hold on. Is this Jerry shredding?
Possibly. I don't know.
Go, Jerry.
It's frozen.
There's Jerry.
There's Jerry.
Yeah, shredded.
All right.
Now, see, that's an F minor, E, C, G, G, open. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
And figured it out.
And got it. Way to go, Ann. So anyway, Jerry, if you want to hop over and watch some of his live streams, he just shreds on guitar, talks about Yellow Card, talks about video games a lot. Anyway, so the king of chat, good afternoon, sir. Keith Lyle is the king of, wait a second. Joey B is just anointed Keith Lyle, the king of chat?
Well, he was in studio and in the chat. I saw that yesterday. Right. I was like, dang, I haven't even done that.
I know,
That's
right? I mean, it was weird because I'm like, oh, Keith Lyle's going to be on. Then I look in the chat and he's in the live chat. I'm going, okay, this is really creepy. He's right there. But it was awesome. Thank you, Bob, for the shout out on Wait What Happened, but make sure you watch that on your very local app for free. I haven't watched the past 2 episodes, but I hear they're good, says Bob. Diggs ain't going to be happy in Houston. Stout is the main guy.
He's closer to his brother now, though.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Trayvon
right?
in Dallas. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, big show. Listen, we always have big numbers in there. Who do you think's going to win tonight? We'll have to chat room if they've been watching Indiana State versus Seton Hall.
Yeah. If Indiana State ends up winning, they tie the school record for most wins in a season.
There you go, with Larry Bird.
Yeah, with Larry Bird.
So, all right, chat room, are you leaning Indiana State with Larry Burley or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? All the nicknames that dude has. He's amazing. I know the numbers are big in our chat room. The numbers will be big. The numbers will not be nearly as big as they were for the LSU Iowa game. Did you see the ratings, Blockbuster? Go ahead, throw that graphic up. The ratings so what does that say, Ryan? Every women's okay, go ahead, read it for us.
So yeah, average 12.3 million viewers.
Jeez.
More than every women's college basketball game ever. More than every ESPN college basketball game ever. Every MLB game last season, every NHL game last season, every
except one.
MLS game last season, every NBA game last season except one, and every college football regular season game except for one, which I think was the Oklahoma-Texas game.
Okay. Well, that's just always big, right? I mean, that's really good for women's hoops. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And both games were so good. They did not disappoint at all. So I don't blame everybody for watching. And it was the most bet women's basketball game.
Right, ever. Ryan and I were talking about this. The first game was so exciting, and I heard the second game. It was like I was exhausted. It was like first game was so much fun to watch, and the second game I didn't watch as much.
Well, and then you could make the argument the second game was actually better.
See,
because it was a lot closer down to the wire. Where
more defense.
That first game, LSU Iowa, you could see after Angel Reese rolled her ankle, things were going the wrong way for them, and Caitlin Clark got hot. So that one, it kind of ran away. But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, what all the stars in women's basketball this year have done for the sport.
Unbelievable. And I think I've watched more complete female games than male games. As a matter of fact, I know that, unless you count the games we watched upstairs, but we didn't really watch complete games when we were up here for the March Madness. We were bouncing around, looking around, gambling, getting buckets, shooting free throws. Women's Final Four here at the South Point. Yeah, you can come down and place bets on the South Point. South Carolina's minus 11.5 over NC State. Iowa is 2.5 over Page and Connecticut. So Caitlin over Page by 2.5. Could Connecticut face North Carolina State in both Final Fours? That would be wild.
That would be, pretty wild.
That's never been done before.
Very
that would be
unlikely. But
is there a way we can bet on that just for the hell of it? We need an exacta on that.
We know the man to talk to.
Well, he's off today. He's a post-celebration of his birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Chris Andrews. Again, we will see you later in this week. But anyway, I'm going to watch the female games. And they're in Cleveland, Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. So stupid. But anyway, the ticket prices are twice as much as men's. Yeah. That's insane.
That is insane.
Another thing.
Yeah. Just to see Caitlin Clark, right? That
it really is. It really is. Yeah. It's to see her, to say, hey, I saw her playing college.
Yeah.
Could be her last game at Iowa.
I think another partial reason is the Cleveland Arena only fits about 20,000 people.
Oh.
The men's Final Four in Phoenix is going to fit about 70.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
He's always got to be a buzzkill, doesn't he? He's always just got to we're having a good time.
Putting the facts out there.
And it rains. It's what?
Just putting the facts out there.
That's why you're here. Just the facts, ma'am.
No printer.
So Caitlin Clark, she's unbelievable. By the way, she has a doppelganger. Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Did you see this girl? This girl walking around at the game. So people are kind of like caught off guard here. So there's this girl looks like Caitlin Clark wearing a basketball uniform like Caitlin Clark, number 22. Roll the beautiful footage of Caitlin. So here she is. So she just walks on. She's got her hair pulled back. So everyone's like, shouldn't you be on the court?
Dave Portnoy.
That was Dave Portnoy. One bite. Everyone knows the rules.
Miss Peaches.
I was just say, where's Miss Peaches? Who's watching Miss Peaches? Oh, Miss Peaches. I mean, the girl looks like her. That's great. And she's getting her picture taken.
Are you her sister?
So this girl's getting her 15 minutes of fame. Look at her at the game.
I love that.
I love her. I mean, it's great. She's like, hey, I kind of look like her. I'm going to walk around.
Yeah.
Take a lot of pictures. It was great. Yeah. So everyone has a doppelganger. Who do you think I look like? Someone famous? Anyone? Did anyone ever tell you look like someone famous?
Cut it out.
Cut it. Joey, yes, I get Dave Coulier. Brad Pitt, I used to get a lot. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Ann. Alex, anyone? You ever get anybody?
I told you, we had this conversation actually. Britney Spears' little sister, so
Jamie Lynn Spears. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Ryan?
My mom always wanted me to dress up as Robert Pattinson from Twilight.
If you cut, you know what? Oh my God! Next bet. You have to come in vampire makeup. You have to be full white makeup.
Do I be sparkly too?
Yes, you got to sparkle like Colucci's buffet. By the way, I put up when the Twilight movies were all the rage. I rented one. I don't remember what we did. We put one in. Watch it for 5 minutes. He's walking around like all pasty white in high school. I'm going, this is the dumbest movie. I couldn't get that. I turned it. I said, I'm done. I'm out. I couldn't watch it. You probably liked the Twilight movies.
I read all the books.
Were you
first.
Team Edward or Team
Edward?
Okay.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means, but I just remember the T-shirts.
Jacob.
Was that Taylor Lautner?
Yeah.
That was Jacob.
Oh, is it? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway.
And Taylor Swift was in that movie, Frank.
Who was?
Taylor Swift. You missed it.
That's right. Her and Taylor.
You missed
Taylor
her,
and Taylor.
yeah.
That was when it was.
In what movie?
In Twilight.
Taylor Swift was in Twilight?
Yes.
And what, like the third or fourth one or
Wait,
something?
maybe not.
Maybe she
She
sang
was
the
in
song.
a movie with Taylor. I was thinking it was.
Oh, you're thinking of Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it doesn't
Sorry.
matter. I didn't see it.
That's how good I am at pop culture, too.
Speaking of
Another
high
rom-com.
numbers, we were talking about the ratings and high numbers. California has raised the minimum wage to $20 an hour. It's
Yeah.
pretty good grub. That's pretty good money right there. And will that affect the customers? Let's find out. My favorite fast food restaurant in the world. Caden, are you an In-N-Out guy? Yeah, I have to be. Ryan, you're In-N-Out. You said something about a Freddys Burger. You told me once.
Yeah, Freddys steak burgers are really good.
I haven't tried that. All right, look at the price hike already. So what does it say, Ryan?
So double doubles went up 35 cents, cheeseburgers went up 15 cents, a hamburger went up 10 cents, French fries stayed the same, so that's good, and then shakes went up 5 cents.
Damn it. They're giving it. See, we're paying for it, damn it.
It adds up, yeah.
It does, but I don't care. I'm going to get In-N-Out.
But I will say that In-N-Out actually does pay.
They do.
They do pay their
Yeah,
people
they
higher
take care of
anyway,
people.
so this isn't affecting them very much.
All privately owned. That just happened to be a coincidental price hike
Yeah.
the day the minimum wage went up.
It was an April Fool's joke.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Now, you know what I'm going to do for lunch? Free food downstairs. Okay. Joining the chat room, roll call. We already did that. Today, April 3rd. Today is April 3rd, 2024. It's National Exercise Day.
Eggs are sides.
Woo.
Yeah, it's
Or
going to get
vacation.
in and out and then exercise. Sounds like a lot of work. Anyway, it's also, now this one I thought was sweet. It's Hug a News Person Day. And since it's National Hug a News Person, let me try this again. National Hug a News Person Day. It sounds like you probably shouldn't do that, but and I was wondering, I know a newscaster.
Maybe.
No.
Oh.
Frank, the answer is no.
Dennis,
I'm
hug
not
me.
gonna hug you. In fact, stop asking. You're starting to make me a little bit uncomfortable.
Oh, this is fun. 40 years in Vegas. Imagine that. I could never have imagined that 40 years being here in Vegas. Celebrated that yesterday. But anyway, oh, hold on. What is this? Got a text coming through. Hey, Ron, it's Frank. Frank, stop by and give you a hug. Again? He wants to come give me a hug again? 3 times this week he's wanted to give it. Today is National Hug a Newscaster Day. No, it's not. He's making that up just to come over and want to give me a hug again. I mean, at what point is this harassment? At what point do you sit there and go, oh, then maybe it's not just he wants to come give me a hug. Now he's made up a day. Hug a news. Oh, well, what's Thursday going to be? Hug a sportscaster day? Then hug a left-handed person day is Friday?
Probably.
Okay, listen. I'm not calling authorities. But this is getting a little creepy. This is just getting a little creepy. Okay?
Outstanding. Well done, gentlemen. Dennis Evans, Kansas City, Ron Futrell, right here in Vegas. And by the way, they're now going to go to work and spread that around to the
Yes.
newsroom. Hey, by the way, do you guys know it's not? And they're probably going to do a story on it. So you're welcome.
Heard it here first on Punchline.
That's right, damn it. Ron Futrell, my man. That was funny. Good job, Ann. Thank you for getting those videos. It's episode 124. What do we have cooking today before we get to Spencer? Episode 124. What are we doing, Ryan?
Oh, well, so the original 24s that I put together, I
Right.
decided that we'd bring back, and finally you get to
Oh, I
Figure
think
out
I know
which-
what's going on here. All right.
which pictures are.
So we have Miguel Cabrera, Jeff Gordon, NASCAR, Willie Mays, still alive, greatest living ball player.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr., also up there, Ricky Henderson, the greatest leadoff hitter of all time, Kobe Bryant, Charles Woodson, who did something no one's ever done, right? Heisman. Does he have a national championship? Is a national championship and a Super Bowl ring and Hall of Fame. I think he's the only player ever to do that. And I don't understand. Who's that catching a football? The white guy jumping up in the air catching a football.
Yours truly.
That is Ryan McCormick, ladies. Now, you put yourself in the Collage 24 when we did this.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. I missed it last time.
Yeah. Well, so then, I just figured I'd bring it up to allow you to see it. But then I did a new one for this year.
That was great. No, very good.
For
And Kobe, if I didn't mention Kobe, Black Mamba, the best.
It's unfortunate you didn't get a picture in your new Aviators jersey. Now wearing number 24.
I am number 24. Why didn't I wear that today?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't know if I was allowed to wear it out of the studio. I don't know if it was only the ballpark. I didn't want Gary to get mad. By the way, Tuesday, I'm back at the ballpark. Have we checked the forecast yet?
Yeah.
Is it going to rain? 3 rainouts in history. I've been a part of 2 of them. That's weird. I think I should get a plaque at the stadium somewhere. Anyway, speaking, did you catch that ball? That's a reception. Do you remember that reception?
It was a pick 6, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have the film if you want. Not today, but I do have the film.
Yes, we want to see this. We want to see it on Monday's show. Alex wants to see it.
We also actually have film of Alex's dad commentating over one of my games.
Why is it episode 124 and I'm just hearing of this? Bring it in.
Just saying. All right, we can get to Spencer now.
Okay, we'll get to Spencer. Why don't you introduce your friend?
All right. The play-by-play man for all of SUU athletics. Yeah.
Oh, headphones.
Locked On College Football host, Spencer McLaughlin.
Yay, Spencer! Woo! Spencer, we think you're the second or third most frequent guest on the show. We appreciate you coming in. We know you love college football more than anything. Alex White is here. Alex wants to kick it off, and we're going to pick your brain about some stuff here.
Before
Alex,
we get into that,
yes.
can I just say 2 quick things?
Yes,
First of all, it's great to be back with you guys. Second of all,
Thank you.
Frank, I came up with your celebrity doppelganger. I think it's Gary Busey.
Gary Busey is a madman. He's insane. He has. Oh, well, okay.
Well, you can be the non-coked out version.
Maybe a younger Buddy Holly era. Wait, Ryan, are you just looking up Gary Busey's picture now?
Just so that way Ann can put it up.
Oh, God. I do not look like Gary Busey. All right, well, anyway.
You don't not look like him.
Okay. Spencer, who is your doppelganger? Who do people say you remind them of? That is not me, first of all. That is Jeff Parles, if anyone. That is not me.
No, I don't think I've ever been given a celebrity doppelganger. I would love for it to be Miss Peaches somehow. But
Spencer, come on. Are you tired? Listen, I follow Dave Portnoy. I enjoy the pizza reviews. One bite, everyone knows the rules, and then he eats the whole piece. But the Miss Peaches stuff has got. I mean, she was getting on a private plane today. Yeah. I mean,
it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable content. Like, it makes my day. Every day,
it's amazing.
Just to see her living the best life that every dog deserves.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Dave Portnoy, the owner of Barstool Sports, he adopted this, rescued a pit bull, and he named her Miss Peaches. And he does these videos that are just cringeworthy almost, but yet you watch the entire thing because the dog's cute, and he has raised like a lot of money for dogs. So he does a lot of good. I love the guy. I follow him, El Presidente. I follow him, but
I think Portnoy is hilarious.
Yeah, he's great.
There is nothing that has endeared him more to people who don't like him than adopting a rescue pit bull named Miss Peaches, and then just every day, just a video of her, and all he has to do is go, "Oh, Miss Peaches." Oh no!
Not my wallet, but the parody video. You ain't my wallet.
I don't know if there's enough evidence to convict.
Yeah, but the people parodying it, like, I don't know if you've seen the one. I think I sent it to Alex and Ryan, where like someone killed their roommate. They're like, "Oh no, Miss Peaches, did you kill our roommate?" And there's like a dog. So people are having fun with it. By the way, we'll ask the chat room. Who does Spencer look like famous? We'll get some input from our chat room.
Be honest, but you can't use Gary Busey.
Can't use Gary Busey. So, Alex, why don't you kick it off with questions for Mr.
Right,
Spencer?
And I have to say, because you were talking about him versus Colucci, who has been on your show the most. We actually had Spencer in studio here on Sports by the Book.
I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy that he wasn't in on our show, but he was here with Jeff and you guys.
The timing just kind of worked out that way. By the way, I will say one doppelganger I've gotten is Kenny Dillingham, Arizona State head football coach.
Oh yeah, Kenny D. Everyone knows
if you look at Dillingham in a suit and me in a suit, there are some similarities there. So that'd be my number one. But if someone can find a bigger name than Kenny Dillingham, I mean Dillingham's a pretty big name, but.
Well, for
all right,
Pac-10
let's
people.
do it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I want to start with women's basketball because the Pac-12 had a really good year. Stanford, USC, UCLA fell a little bit short. No, none of those teams made it to the Final Four. But what does that mean for women's basketball in the Pac-12 now moving forward and all those athletes?
It means that other conferences are going to get some really, really good women's basketball programs. And unfortunately, there's kind of an exodus going on at Oregon State from their basketball programs because they're going to be relegated to the WCC for at least the next couple of years until they could have the chance to rebuild the Pac-12. But it's just another example. Like, it's just another, I don't know if feather in the cap is the right word, that it embodies why it's so ridiculous that this league just doesn't exist anymore. You look at the brands you have, the teams you have, like the fact that they couldn't find a way to make it work is patently absurd. If you think about USC is a bad actor in all of this, of course, and they led the charge. If they never left, none of this is ever a problem because a league that has got college football teams that include USC, Oregon, Washington was just in the national championship game, Utah, Jonathan Smith would still be at Oregon State, and you'd have Jed Fish at Arizona. That's one of the best conferences in all of college football. It was the deepest conference this past year. And then you look at what they did in basketball. They didn't have a great men's basketball regular season, but they were shining in the postseason. You're like, so they got a team in the Sweet 16, they got a win here and a win there and whatnot. And that, of course, helps Oregon State and Washington State to rebuild the pack. And then the women's basketball season was arguably the strongest individual sport that they had all year amidst all the great teams. And you're just looking around going, wait, they sent half their league to the NCAA tournament and they were all, pretty highly seeded and expected to make runs. And, Oregon State got to the Elite Eight. And, I know Stanford came up a little bit short and USC as well, but like they were there in the national championship conversation, and it's just insane. And for the schools, to go back to your question, what happens with those athletes now? For the schools going to a power conference, I don't think they see much of a change. Yeah. But for Oregon State and Washington State, people are going to leave, and I think it stinks.
Yeah, it does. And I listen. I grew up watching 12. I'm a UCLA guy, Pitt and UCLA, and it's the Pac-12 gone is weird. It's very weird.
It is.
It's going to feel very real once you see, whichever team you're a fan of. Like, I'm an Oregon fan.
Yeah.
When they play their first conference game against not even like Michigan State, which is their Big Ten home opener, because their first conference game, ironically, is against UCLA, which like, wow. What other league could this exist in but the Big Ten?
Yeah.
When they go play like Purdue or Illinois, or when Maryland comes to town, that's when I'm going to look and go,
what the hell?
What is this? What conference is
what
this?
Is going on?
How did we get here? That's going to be the moment. Like, I know it's coming, and I visualize all this stuff in my head, but that moment when they play at, I think Purdue is like the most random first Big Ten game they play on their schedule. I'm going to be like, all right, this is officially weird.
Yeah.
This is officially weird. We're playing Purdue and it's not a bowl game.
It's going to be weird. You're right. Now, speaking of women's basketball, everyone's been watching Caitlin Clark. Do you have a pick in the Final Four for women's before we start talking men's?
Well, my women's bracket is doing a lot better than my men's bracket by a lot. And
well, chalk is easier in the women's. Yeah, it's like the favorites rise.
At some level, it is. I think it'll get harder and harder as the years go on and the sport continues to grow. But that's kind of a longer conversation.
Right.
I've got South Carolina, Iowa in the national championship, and South Carolina winning. South Carolina is very good. Dawn Staley's just a hell of a basketball coach. And I also kind of made this pick because that's what I want to happen. Like, I wanted to see Iowa LSU. Yeah. I think everybody did. Like, when that game ended last year, we were all sitting around going, wow, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are coming back. They're not one and doneing it to the NBA, which is also a fascinating conversation right now. I want to see them play again. Well, guess what? That was appointment television for the entire country, it seems. Like, it got a fat television number, and there's a reason. And I want to see undefeated South Carolina going for a perfect season against Iowa and Caitlin Clark going for a national championship in what would assuredly be her final college game. That is a big stage, big storyline. It's what I've wanted to happen since before the tournament, and it's also what I think will happen. Like, UConn is obviously very good, but these are not the UConn teams of old, and UConn doesn't have the big advantage in talent that they typically do. You know, they've undergone some injuries this year, and they've been able to overcome that, and Paige Beckers is great, and that's awesome, but it hasn't been historically a common occurrence for Gino Auriemma to coach and the best player is not on his team. But in that game, obviously she won't be.
Yeah. And Iowa's favored by 2.5, South Carolina over North Carolina State, 11.5. So let's just say Iowa and South Carolina play. Let's say they both get there. They both win the game. Maybe they're close games. It's the Final Four. I don't know. South Carolina is going to be favored, and Caitlin Clark as an underdog would be dangerous. So I don't know.
Well, Caitlin Clark would be, as an underdog, would be dangerous depending on what kind of number that is. If you're telling me she's getting 6.5,
I think it'd be like 6.5 or 7. Yeah, that sounds about right?
But if it's anything under 5, I think South Carolina is quite like I think the Gamecocks are going to get this done and finish off the perfect season. But I don't know if Iowa has got the depth that South Carolina has got. That'd be my concern betting Iowa on that side in that particular matchup. Is you've got Caitlin Clark, and that's great, and she makes her teammates better, absolutely. But 1 through 8, what's a more even with Clark there? Yeah. What's a more talented 8 rotation players? The answer is South Carolina.
Let's look at the men's side. So we have 2 games. Their spreads are almost double digits here. Purdue 9.5 over NC State, and then we have UConn, who has just been killing teams again like last year. They're about 12-point favorite now over Alabama. Do you like anything in either of these games?
I think picking against UConn to cover anything that Vegas puts out there is like picking against Patrick Mahomes. Do it at your own peril, and you can talk yourself into this will happen. What about this? Or this is no. UConn's so good. Like, I overthought it on the men's side a little. I don't know how they would have, fared against Auburn, but kind of seems like it would have been very well. Auburn was my Final Four pick. That went spectacularly great. Yale, unbelievable. Okay, so I just UConn is playing at such a high level. Like, aesthetically, they remind me of the Spurs. They are the vintage Spurs. They have got a big man in the middle who protects the rim. They play very sound defense, and their offense is just poetry. I don't know if Dan Hurley knows what an ISO set is because he doesn't allow his team to do it. And by the way, it works great. They've got shooting, defense, depth, rim protection, and I think their guard play is more than good enough. So. Yeah. I have a hard time picking against UConn there. On the other side, man, how are you going to bet against DJ Burns? Can you, as a human being,
love him so much.
Go to sleep?
I thought he was going to say Zach Edey.
Me too.
I thought you were going to say Zach Edey. Okay.
Oh, no. I mean, the bet. Look, I got nothing against Zach Edey. The best tweet I saw after that game was DJ Burns is going to go up against Zach Edey, and he has already been called for 3 fouls.
Yeah, right. Well, they do get the calls, as Ryan points out.
Yeah. Like, Edey is incredible. Like, what a game he had. But are you going to bet against DJ Burns? Can you? I think it is a morally objectionable thing to do, to bet against that guy. Did you see the line that he generated out the door at Applebee's for people to come and meet him and the other DJ on the team?
Did we have to look that up?
Yeah.
DJ Burns and the other DJ whose name I forget on NC State. They had a meet and greet at a local Applebee's. Line was wrapped around the corner.
Now, was that for the Jack Daniels chicken or for an autograph?
DJ Horn.
That's a good question. That's a very, very fair question.
I think I'm betting against them.
Yeah? You're betting against UConn?
No.
Oh.
Against NC State.
Against NC State. Sorry. Yeah,
against NC State. Well, good luck with that.
It's going to be a good game, that's for sure. And by the way, we had a video of Zach Edey pitching, which we'll show tomorrow, whatever. But I didn't realize he actually pitches too. I don't know if he played on the team or it was just him messing around. But
no, that was him in high school.
Oh, was that high school?
Yeah, I think they listed his fastball as topping out in the mid to upper 70s. And,
if you're that height, you got to be bringing 90. That doesn't make sense. The stride, he's not using his legs or something. When you're that big, you should be chucking that thing.
It looked like he was doing everything he could to not look like one of those inflatables that a car dealership
the wacky
has,
wavy things.
Just waving around like that.
All right, well, let's. Speaking of baseball, we talked about. Well, do you have the Zachy? We'll do. I told you to. We'll bank it. We'll show it tomorrow. But anyway, I know you're a big Mariners fan. You're a big baseball fan as well. I am having a good week as I am a Pirates fan, and they have started off 5-0. By the way, the Yankees started off 5-0. Lead story on SportsCenter. Where are the Pirates? Back end, like last 5 minutes. Oh, Pittsburgh's 5-0 as well. Yeah, you just wait till October when we've won 106 games. But anyway, how do you feel about your Mariners, and have they done enough in that tough division to compete?
I'm trying my hardest with the rest of my family to not overanalyze every game and every at-bat, because you have to remember in baseball, it is such a long season. You've got to give stuff time to play out. J.P. Crawford is hitting .091 and the Mariners are 3-3. All things considered, that's not bad. But he's not going to hit .091 forever. But is Mitch Haniger going to stay healthy the whole year? Mitch Garver already hasn't been able to stay healthy. Mitch Garver came in with a checkered past of staying healthy. That's putting it very generously. But when he does play, he's historically been very productive. He's stunk for the most part. So far, I think he had a double the other day, but he's like 2 for 9, like whatever. And so he comes in, and he'd been a catcher for a while. And the thinking was, well, let's put him at the DH position so that he can stay healthy and play a full season. He plays one game, and then he's out of the lineup for the next couple with back spasms. And I'm like, is this Lucy and Charlie Brown with the football? Like, yeah, no, he's staying healthy this year. No, he's not. So
torturing you guys.
I just, it's early. The start is fine, but like all in all, you're 6 games in of 162. There are 156 to go. I don't anticipate Luis Castillo sucking every time he takes the mound.
Yeah, that was his opener.
Look. You do it on opening day. All right, you know what? That's a one-off. But I was talking with my dad going into yesterday's game, and I was like, well, I don't think you're getting 2 bad starts in a row out of Luis. Au contraire, because he was not. Look, even if he turned in a great start, Mariners still might not have won the game. Shane Bieber was really, really good.
I was going to say, Shane Bieber looks amazing right now.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. But Luis didn't even give him a chance to win. Like, yeah, that's Cleveland's best pitcher. You're the Mariners' best pitcher. Yeah. You're the number 1 guy. Opening day starter. You're paid like an ace. You got Cy Young odds out there. Like, you can't have 2 bad starts in a row. You just can't. But again, that's something that I don't expect to continue. At some point, he'll go on a stretch where he throws 21 consecutive scoreless innings over 3 starts, and the Mariners probably win all those games. So I think they, in this division have done enough to make the playoffs. I don't know if they've done enough to win the division for the first time since 2001, but certainly, their win total, I think, was around 88.5, and I think that's a really, really good number for them. And if they get in the low to mid 90s, you'll make the playoffs, and that's where we as Mariner fans are expecting them to be.
There you go. And tonight they got Kirby pitching. They're minus 155 against the Guardians tonight.
That's because George Kirby is. Have you watched him pitch before?
Yes, I have, and I know he went 6 shutout the other day and 8
incredible.
strikeouts. I think.
He went. I think it was 6 2/3 shutout.
6 and 8
He
Ks,
walked 2 guys in the first inning. It's the 7th time that he's walked multiple batters in his 57 starts.
Yeah. Wow. And I do watch a lot of Mariners games because the late games after a Pirate game, it's either I'll check in on the Dodgers, but I like to watch, I can't watch Oakland, so I end up seeing a lot of Seattle games. Anyway, we're going to go to the chat rooms here to wrap this up. If you really want to know, let's see here. Some of the doppelgangers for you.
Oh, yeah. Hit me with it.
First of all, Michael O'Keefe. Tommy Green says Michael O'Keefe, the caddy from the original Caddyshack.
W.
Yeah, I don't know.
It ggets a lot worse.
Pee Wee Herman. I don't see Pee Wee Herman. And this fellow comedian Gilbert Gottfried. Have you ever heard Gilbert Gottfried? Can you do a Gilbert Gottfried?
I know Gilbert Gottfried. That's fantastic.
Can you do a Gilbert
he's got
voice?
A little bit more pointiness to his face.
Yeah, do the voice though.
I do.
Do the voice.
I tell you one that I was hoping someone would come up with. Of course, it's not my Twitter handle anymore, but like my nickname for most of my life has been Smalls. And actually, if you look at my face and the kid who plays Smalls in The Sandlot, they're not dissimilar. But I guess people didn't get that far. Gilbert Gottfried, and what was the other one? What was the caddy's name?
Michael O'Keefe was the actor. He was actually nominated for an Oscar for The Great Santini, and then he was. He was on Roseanne.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Smalls,
I know
right?
who that guy is. Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's got like actual.
That wasn't.
I mean, his hairline's like back here.
Who was that a picture of? Was that
Smalls?
That was Smalls, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Smalls.
Again, I've only seen that movie once, and I was like, meh. I saw it when I was older.
It's one of the. That's a movie you need to have seen more than once.
All right, I'll try.
You want to hear a fun fact? You want to hear an oddly personal but like kind of fun fact?
Yes.
I've had 2 girlfriends in my life. The kind of like clincher that, kind of jump started the relationship both times was watching The Sandlot together.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a very nice story. All right, listen, Spencer, by the way, I want to apologize. I was laughing on air when you were I thought I was off camera, and I went to adjust my glasses and my headphones, and I looked up and I was on camera, and of course, Ann, our director, was like, moron, look at the monitor. So and that made me laugh.
Come on, Gary Busey.
I know. All right, Gary Busey. All right, Spencer, where can everyone find you? I know you're on all over the place. So where can we find you on Twitter?
I try to be as all over the place as I can to feed my abnormally large ego. Yes, I'm on X, formerly known as Twitter, at @McLaughlin_CFB. I host Locked On College Football and Locked On Ducks Monday through Friday on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And I am the radio TV play-by-play voice for Southern Utah Athletics. So
awesome. They've
got just a few softball series this month to wrap up the year in broadcasting, and then I'll head back to Oregon and try to find a way to enjoy Central Oregon golf.
Nice. All right, Spencer, thank you. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We have Duane Colucci, and Alex's picks right after the break. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you, Spencer.
Awesome. Thanks.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rock and dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grandview Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show, every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grandview Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grandview Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby. South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All right, welcome back. We're having a good old time here in the studio today. Alex White is here because it is a White Wednesday. So we had a lot of lookalikes coming through. By the way, Jen K's in the room. Jen K, good to see you, Jen. She said, Buffy fan here, vampires don't sparkle. We were talking about sparkling. Ironically enough, Duane Colucci's coming up with that word. My brother's, Minnie Dar says, my brother's girlfriend saw Punchlines on and thought Alex was Aaron Andrews.
I have gotten Aaron Andrews.
Yeah, I can see that. Let's see here. I'm not going to read that one about me. And then there was one. Also, Paul says, Alex, Alex's doppelganger is an ATM machine because you always give out winners on the show. All right, speaking of, we should talk to Alex about this because, Alex, you have it's a short night on hockey, right? So you're looking at hockey tonight?
I am looking at hockey tonight. I have one over that I really like, but I'm going to tell you how I'm going to play it if you want to do the same. So I'm going to do a half a unit on over 6.5 for the Devils-Rangers game.
Okay.
Now, the thing with these two teams is both of them, a lot more goals in the second and third period. So for the Devils this year, 62 goals in the first period, 84 in the second, 94 in the third. For the Rangers, 61 in the first period, 91 in the second, 96 in the third. So I'm going to put half a unit on over 6.5 here for the full game. If that first period is slow, if it's 0-0 or 1-0, I'm going to jump in on over 4.5 or over 5.5 for the full game. The Rangers are 9-1 to the over in their last 10 games. And the Devils have been struggling. They've been through the most goalies out of any team right now. I think they've had 7 rostered this year. So that's why I worry about them in the postseason as well. But so I think that's a good over. I made it 7, so we're getting some value there in this game.
I like it. And by the way, the NHL season, it's coming down to the wire. A lot of teams vying for playoff spots. Somehow the Penguins are still kind of in it.
Yeah.
They are.
They really are. They got, although they lost the Colorado game when they were up 4-0 and then lost 5-4. I thought, okay, that's it.
Well, but they're 3 games back at the final, 3 points back at the final wild card spot.
Flyers are falling, and they're playing the Caps, I think,
of the Metro Division. Yeah, they play 3 of the teams that they need to pass.
Yeah,
in these last 7.
So they have a shot. They have a wild shot. And, okay, so we're going to move on. Alex, thank you very much. We're going to move on. We have another guest, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big show. We do big shows on Wednesdays. That's how we roll. Again, I was laughing on camera. I'm sorry. I just messed up. Sometimes you make mistakes, Ann. I'm sorry.
Everybody makes
I'm not
mistakes.
perfect.
Everybody
and then Ann's taking her hoodie off and just pulling it back over her glasses. There was a lot going on during Spencer. Spencer's great, though. Thank you for lining that up, Ryan McCormick.
You're welcome.
I don't know if I've ever referred to you as your full name. That was rude. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy.
He introduces me as my full name.
Yeah, well, Ryan Spice McCormick. The gentleman that we're about to bring on.
Yes.
We haven't seen him in a couple weeks because the schedule's been weird with college basketball and the tournament. But I'm going to go ahead and say this is let's guess maybe 12th appearance. Maybe he's definitely the leader. He's top of the list. Don't you think?
Sure.
He's here. I know, I'm talking like he's not in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Ramparts, that's Keith. That's Duane Colucci.
Yeah, Colucci.
How's it going, buddy? How's it going over there at the Rampart?
Oh, busy. So busy and amazing. I have to say, it was one of our top marches in the last 5 years, and it's just been incredible. The tournament itself has been great. Just so busy. And we get to that time of the year, where baseball starts. Yeah. You have the college tournaments going, both the men's and the women's. You have NIT action. You got NHL. You got NBA. So it's just great time to be a bookie. And then you have the Kentucky Derby preps. And,
yes.
I'm just loving life, I'll be honest with you, but very busy. Frank.
I love it. And by the way, the Masters too. We got the Masters next week. Yeah, as you were saying. Yeah. And by the way, we have our Masters sheet out at the South Point right now. You can get some odds on your favorite golfers. And South Point Studios will be doing a golf special. We're doing a Masters special next week. We're shooting that next Tuesday. I'm not involved with it, but Tiger Woods is minus 125. It's always fun to throw money on Tiger. He's not going to win, but why not, right? I mean, he's my and then there's a guy, Neil Shipley, 2,000-1. He's from my hometown, and I know his dad. So look out. Neil Shipley, 2,000. I'll put $5 on. What if he wins and I missed out? I'd kill myself. So what was the handle like on women's college basketball over there?
It was pretty solid, I have to say. It was one of the more intensified betting games of the season, especially, we're talking Iowa and LSU, and the crowd was off the hook. So, we had it on the big screen featured. The handle was definitely larger than even a WNBA finals game here. And, Las Vegas has been a part of that mix for the last couple of years, Frank. So it was very exciting. You had the revenge factor. I had a lot of my patrons coming in just betting on Caitlin blindly on Iowa.
Yeah.
With the revenge factor in mind as well. So it wasn't a game that we made money on. We actually got crushed. I'm sure Chris told you as well. It wasn't a favorable game from my side of the counter, but it was definitely good to see increased handle and interest in the women's sport because it's, so difficult to get handle, whether it's the WNBA, whether it's the college tournament. But this rivalry and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese definitely are in the forefront. And these are names now that are household names. So it definitely helped. And you saw the viewership. They were anticipating 9 million. They got 11 million. They got all they could handle. A fabulous, fabulous game. And definitely a good Final Four. You still have South Carolina, UConn, and Iowa available in this. And it's going to be exciting. I think it'll be a great handle on Friday leading into the Saturday action. That's just going to be incredible.
Yep.
Colucci, let's go right there to the Final Four in women's first. Where have you seen the most action? I mean, do you guys have a lot of South Carolina futures going into this weekend? And then are people are they laying that big price against NC State for that one?
Well, yeah, definitely, Alex. We're going to see some great handle as we get closer to the game. South Carolina was a team that basically ran the table most of the season, and I'm looking at the numbers right now. They were a team that was very dominant even against LSU, so they were a market attraction prior to the start of the tournament. So definitely you saw some action on them, as well as LSU and Iowa and UConn. Gino Auriemma is synonymous in these big dances and these big games, and definitely we're seeing increased handle on these games, but we haven't moved yet. 2.5 on the latter game, Iowa against UConn, and we're still sitting at our openers of 11.5, on South Carolina. So I think we're going to see a lot of South Carolina money, whether it's parlayed with, money lines or laying the spread, because everybody knows this team is a very tough out, and they are laying 11.5 points, whereas the other game could get very close. I'll be honest with you, Alex. This is a tight game, and Auriemma knows how to coach in these situations, and Caitlin has her work cut out for her. She just won the biggest game of her career, and we'll see if she could double it up and lead them into the final game and the finals. And she has a tremendous opportunity as well with the $5 million that Ice Cube put on the table. You laugh about it, Frank,
I know.
but you have to play. You
got to do it.
When you're in the WNBA, you have to play WNBA, then you have to play, overseas.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out for Brittany Griner. You could tell right off the bat. So, these girls, as long as you could stay home and make $5 million, you have to entertain that. I don't care what level you're playing at.
Oh, for sure.
She's going to get her endorsements regardless.
Oh, yeah.
She's already on State Farm,
So
right? Yeah, she's already doing commercials. I mean, look, she's the biggest athlete in the world right now, honestly. She's really, really done great things. Before we talk men's, Colucci, I wanted to talk to you about the NIT. Do you get any action on that? Because I know everyone's rooting for Indiana State only because they have this goofy-looking guy who's playing out of his mind and fun to watch. And they're the underdog. Now, I know you're from the East Coast and you got Seton Hall there, but what do you think of this NIT?
Well, let me tell you, they're the favorite now in this game, and I'm the guy rooting for Seton Hall. I told you guys I had a future to win the NCAA tournament, so then I took a shot and a flyer on the NIT. So I think Seton Hall is definitely playing at a good level. They were one of the Big East clubs, them and St. John's. They were able to actually put this in your head, Frank, and Alex knows too. They beat UConn this year. So how unfathomable we're thinking and unstoppable UConn is going into this weekend. Seton Hall beat them in the Big East regular season. So I like Seton Hall. We definitely get some handle on these games. Sharp action is all around, and you definitely have on these oddball nights, parlays, and a lot of different things happening with the NIT game. So it's an exciting final. I'm rooting for Seton Hall, and we're going to see heightened action. Seton Hall is the underdog in this game. We're getting 3 points, actually, at the Rampart and South Point. So it's going to be an excellent, excellent game. Seton Hall has played very well in this tournament, but now you're in Indiana. It's kind of different on the road in the field house there. So definitely a lot of Indiana State fans are going to be there, and Seton Hall has had their trouble on the road and with their backs against the wall. So it'll be interesting to see if they can play it out. Both
teams definitely proving that they should have been in the NCAA tournament, playing very well down the stretch here. I want to move to hockey. I know it's one of your specialties. I saw something interesting, and that's with the Atlantic Division, and I want to know what you have your numbers over there. But Boston and Florida keep switching here as the favorite to win this division, and I mean, Florida, they've lost, I think, 8 of their last 10, if I'm not mistaken. But they are going backwards here.
Keep going. Yeah.
Is that what you're seeing, or do you just have Eastern and Western Conference futures up, Colucci?
Yeah, we had the divisions up, but we take those down a little earlier.
Okay.
And we do have the Eastern and Western Conference that are still up, and that's where we're seeing most of the action fluctuate. And the New Yorks right now are the top team that are in the market, Alex. I'll be honest with you. They're the major attraction now. We've taken a few hits at my shop. I know there were a couple of sizable bets, and they're starting to really play at a masterful level. We always get Toronto action, regardless that they can't win the playoffs, believe it or not. So, yeah, definitely the team that failed this year were the New Jersey Devils. They're not going to make the cut. And, it's so disappointing because they were the favorites early on to win the Stanley Cup, and now they're back reined in. Florida has come back down to earth. Boston seems beatable. So the market is pretty even keeled, and now we're starting to see some Vegas night money as well, Alex, as they start to play, and they definitely start to get, really good at this time of the season. And last night I was there, and it was just pure domination of the Canucks, who were the top team in the Western Conference, and they just came out and whitewashed them. So I'm anticipating a ton of Vegas Golden Knight money, and we're starting to see it come in already in the Western Conference and the Stanley Cup, along with the Colorado Avalanche. So definitely those are the hits that we're taking. And definitely the Eastern Conference has been where everybody has an opinion, Alex. You bring up a great point where early on it was a ton of Florida money. Now you're seeing money too. They're on a win streak as well. So, the market definitely adjusts as these winning streak goes. But the New York Rangers have just been fabulous. They've been dominating. And, just such a top level. Chris Cross scoring goal. Panarin is a monster. So definitely watch this team. I saw PK Subban came out and said they weren't the best team in the Eastern Conference. I don't know about that. Right now, they look like they could beat the Hurricanes, they could beat Florida, and they could definitely compete with the top teams.
Don't forget about the Penguins. But anyway, talking about you never know. I never know. But the Final Four in the men's. You were talking about how Seton Hall actually has beat UConn, but they've obviously kicked it into a different gear right now. Are you just seeing that UConn is the overwhelming favorite over there, and how do you feel about that?
Frank, in my opinion, we're definitely going to see as we get closer to the game, but I believe they are definitely the top team in the Eastern Conference. So in the tournament, I should say, I'm still on and Sandy Actor was amazing. I mean, they had so many more rebounds at one point of the game. Diego State had overall rebounds. UConn had 25 offensive rebounds. Think about that. I mean, that domination, and then you follow it 30-0 run, guys. 30-0 run against a high-quality opponent.
Big Ten champs.
I mean, and Hurley, he comes from a great coaching lineage and family, so this guy knows how to coach. He's getting the most out of his team right now, guys, and I really think that UConn is, definitely going to win this tournament. It's just a matter of if they cover both games. And a lot of people, on social media, I'm seeing a lot of people out there saying, do we even have to watch these last two games?
Yes.
Do we even have to play them? But yes, we do. And Edey has a chance if his team is able to support him, and they get, NC State's big guy in foul trouble early. That's why you're seeing a big point spread on that game as well. We did take an initial hit from the Sharps on NC State. We opened it at 9.5 at the Rampart and South Point, and now we're at 9.
Right.
So finally, NC State is getting some respect at the windows, but this is definitely a tough spot for them, and everybody wants to see this center stage matchup between Purdue and UConn, which a lot of people, thought going in that was going to be the final game. I thought it had an excellent chance. I mean, I was on Fox 5, and I said that UConn was definitely the favorite and the team to beat in this tournament, and they've proven and have excelled on all levels, and definitely you're seeing, everybody blindly back them, especially on money line parlays and different parlays. But the second game is definitely going to be a major factor. Will Purdue be able to overcome? Will Edey stay out of trouble?
Yeah.
Will he get NC State in trouble? And can he get that support from his guards? He definitely needs good guard play to excel. Otherwise, it's going to be a dogfight like it was the other night. And you don't want to go limping in playing UConn, I'll be honest with you. It's just going to put you back against the wall. So you want to have good confidence boost and come in with a strong victory and a strong statement 2 fabulous games. The handle is going to be off the hook on Saturday.
I know, right?
I just can't wait, guys.
That's going to be
so
awesome.
Excited.
I just look at NC State the way they've played, getting 9 points. If I can get 9 with NC State, and if Purdue gets into some sort of, Zach Edey's not playing his best, that just seems like a good bet to me right now, doesn't it, Ryan?
I mean, if Edey finally gets in foul trouble.
Yeah, finally gets in foul trouble. Yeah, they couldn't lose it. I don't know. You guys will be talking about that on Sports by the Book, obviously, more this week. Colucci, thank you. Real quick, baseball. I mean, next time we get you on, we'll talk more baseball. We wanted to talk a lot of basketball and hockey with you while we had you. You're a Yankee guy or Mets guy? I can't remember.
Dodgers.
You're Dodgers.
Family's
that's right.
From Brooklyn.
Because that's right. We talked about this before. Right. I forgot. Dodgers look stacked, but the Yankees started off hot, and baseball's going to be fun, man. Yeah, Soto.
Yeah, definitely.
Soto.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I was going to get to that for sure, baby. They're going to go. By the way, I'm going to talk about that in a second, but I like Pittsburgh again today. But the Yankees look good, and Soto 18-1 is home run champ. I'm in on that, so we're going to see how it goes. But Colucci, we always love having you on the show. You're our favorite guest. You're our most popular guest. And we'll stop out and see you at the Rampart soon, and we'll have you back on the show soon, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, Duane Colucci, everybody.
Colucci.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
and I owe you an appearance live.
Yes, that would be great. That's right.
I do owe a
From
bet.
the Pitt,
never
Oklahoma State game.
Let's try and, if we can, get it before the end of the NHL regular season.
Okay, let's do it. All right, we'll do it. All right, thanks, Duane. Thanks for being on the show again. He's the best, Colucci.
Yeah. Duane's great.
Baseball, the Angels won. The Angels are in first place.
Yeah.
The Angels got shelled by the Orioles the first 2 games of the year, and now that's baseball for you. Trout is maybe he's a man on a mission. I don't know.
Kind of gifted playing the Marlins.
Well, the Marlins
series.
Yeah. The Marlins got swept in their opening series. I forget by who.
Some team.
Yeah, it was the Pirates.
In the Keystone State, yeah.
So we're going to close the show talking about baseball real quick. There's this new guy. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
Well, yeah, so you were talking about the Angels. Do you know when Anthony Rendon's last hit was?
Oh, you sent me. No. To the World Series with the Nationals.
Oh, that's a good enough guess.
Yeah.
Before the 4th of July last year.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And they're paying him, was it 170?
I think it's 180.
80? I want to say 182. My God, yeah. Just, boy. And the drunk uncle with the wiffle ball bat yesterday. That find was too funny. There's a new guy on Twitter giving baseball picks, Frankie Fungo. I don't know if you guys, the guy is on fire. You might want to check Frankie Fungo. He missed last night on the Padres, I understand. I've been following him. But he had Bryce Harper get an RBI, and Bryce Harper was on fire. If I was Frank,
to say the least.
I mean, unbelievable. 3 home runs, just banging. By the way, the first guy ever to have his first 3 hits in a season be homers.
Yep.
Which was a great stat. At Vegas' own Bryce Harper.
Citizens Bank Park, the bells after home runs gives me chills every time.
Yeah, Philly's atmosphere was great. Although, of course, they choked last year against the Diamondbacks, and the fans hated them.
Yeah.
If I was Frankie Fungo, and I'm not saying I am, I'm not confirming or denying it, but I've looked at the sheet today. I am going to go Bryce Harper again.
Yes.
I am Frankie Fungo. I'm going Bryce Harper again, probably a hit and a half. He is a streaky player. We know that from the postseason. I'm taking Bryce Harper over. Ronald Acuna got snowed out. He still hasn't hit a home run, rain, snow, whatever. I don't know if you saw the clip of him on deck circle at Comiskey or whatever the hell they call it. He was like, it's too cold to play baseball. So, he's miserable right now. But once he gets to warm weather, Acuna's going to heat up. Machado hasn't hit a home run yet either, and Ohtani has not hit a home run yet.
Wow.
So if you want to...
Mookie's taking all of them.
Mookie, by the way, did you do a futures?
I didn't do it.
She did like Mookie as the home run winner.
I did, yes.
He's on fire. Toscar Hernandez is also.
I think he was like 25-1, wasn't
it? It was a longer shot.
But it's a long season.
But
I mean, he's starting really
And
really
I remember
right
when you said that, I said I did like it too because he's hitting leadoff and he's going to get an extra at-bat a game more than a lot of cleanup guys.
We talked about it.
Yeah,
we did.
That's right. So what's coming up today for you on Sports by the Book?
So Jeff Parles is back, and we have Jim Root from Three Man Weave.
Jim Root.
Possibly Danny Burke.
Okay, Danny Burke. Yeah. Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
All right, cool.
But I don't know. He might be tomorrow. So definitely Jim Root will dive into the Final Four, both women's and men's.
Come back in 2 hours. Let's see. He picked him up in fantasy. Let's see. Keith, everyone, Tommy, Daniel Pacheco. Thank you, everybody. Rendon. Yeah, boy, you picked him up in your fantasy league, Tommy? I don't know about that. Angels in first place. Pee Wee Herman. Jen K was even in the room. Thank you, Jen. That's it. That was Wednesdays. You know, it's always good when it's the three of us. We had a couple guests. You'll be back Monday. No?
I don't know yet. We don't know yet.
National championship Monday?
No one has talked to me about this.
But we're going to bring back the parlay, right?
Yes. When should we do that?
Parlay. I think we'll talk off camera.
We'll talk off camera.
Possibly next week.
We talk off camera too. We're all friends here. It's all love. Go hug a newscaster, Ron Futrell or Dennis Evans. Thank you for sending those videos in. Always a fun show. We'll see you back tomorrow. Live chat room. Thank you so much for being on fire as usual. What else do I say? Here's a little sign off line, right? Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Everybody go to that description in our video. Follow us on social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Help us out,
our numbers are really great, and it's because of you guys. You guys are really helping it, so we appreciate it. And wow, Frankie Fungo, those player props, look at him. He also does like the Pirates tonight, and that's not just a bias thing because I believe he's a Pirates fan. Minus 145 in Washington, who is not a good team, but it's Mitch Keller, opening day starter, coming back after being off a little. He's inspired by Jared Jones. Take the Pirates tonight. Frankie Fungo out. Lines live in Nevada every show. Peace.